Hey guys, I'm Chris Nealon, one of the co-founders of Communo, and I'm happy to take a couple of minutes here today to talk to you about a principle called growing your network. And I believe that your professional network is very similar to your personal net worth. Neither of them can ever be too big. There's a lot of people who will say, I've already got a Rolodex of preferred practitioners that I can call upon to help me with a variety of needs, and I would argue that as your business grows, it will be impossible for you to maintain an adequate Rolodex of go-to providers. And if you consistently are relying on the preferred providers that you have relied on in the past, you are likely doing your clients a disservice by allowing them access to even greater subject matter experts who could be even more qualified to take their business to the next level. So it's not really about your convenience as much as it's about delivering remarkable service and competence for your clients. And the people within Communo who grow the fastest are the people who have learned how to nimbly be able to acquire talent, largely through the app or through their networking efforts within the Communo platform, and bring new talent to bear to provide new solutions to exciting challenges. So just a few tips and tricks as you give this some thought. The first tip would be, even though Communo is an innovative technology platform, it doesn't replace one of the oldest adages in business, which is all business is personal. People tend to like to work with people whom they know and trust. Sometimes that's because we've been in the trenches together working on a project, and we've earned each other's respect because of some previous work engagement. But other times it's because of some relationship that we've started to build outside of the app. So while I can certainly find new talent and apply to their postings or reward them with a job, the people that you tend to go to first are the people with whom you know. And sometimes those knowing relationships come from they cohabitate in a co-working space. Maybe you've reached out to a member success member and asked for some introductions of people who reside in a particular geography or who cater to a particular industry, and you went and had a coffee or a lunch or a breakfast meeting, and you started to learn a little bit more about what makes each other tick. So I guess the point is don't become overly reliant on the technology. The technology is a tool, it's efficient, it's there to help, but nothing can replace what can be created through a personal one-to-one relationship. The second thing that I'd say is you've got to specialize. You've got to be very niche. You've got to be very narrow in your positioning. Don't just reply to everything that sounds like something that you might be able to do, or maybe something that you've done once or twice in the past. Communo is a community of experts, and when people are putting jobs up on the Communo platforms or seeking jobs through the phone or emails, they're looking for people who are going to bring tremendous amount of value and tremendous amount of efficiency because they have perfected that certain craft or skill. So be very niche and narrow in the things that you apply for, particularly at the beginning, because that's your reputation. And finding somebody who can do it is typically not the brief. Finding somebody who is best at doing it is usually the brief. And so don't tarnish your reputation by just kind of responding to all sorts of things that you have dabbled in. Build your reputation by being very narrow, and as those relationships mature, you can start to sell other services or do some of the secondary or tertiary things that you're best at. But lean into your very narrow positioning and your very niche subject matter expertise to get started. And then the third thing, whenever you are replying to a post or creating an introductory communication, it's important that you're not only respectful, which hopefully doesn't have to be really elaborated upon, let's treat each other with tremendous amounts of respect, but it's also hopefully very efficient. And efficient meaning, let me know specifically what you're looking to talk about. Sending out a blanket email to people saying, hey, we should get together and have a coffee sometime is a poor use of everybody's time. And no matter how much you like coffee or like meeting new people, we're all incredibly busy trying to grow our businesses. And so be very specific. I know of some community members that actually create creative briefs for the meetings that they're about to have with other Communo members. They know their target audience. They know what the desired objective is. They're going to create a call to action. They're going to have a sense of urgency. So they're going to talk about, here's what I would like to do at a coffee meeting. Here's what I would hope the outcome of that meeting would be. Here's what I think you would receive as a result of making that a priority. When you then have those meetings, don't make it about what can you get, make it about what can you give. How can you help that small business owner, that agency, that solopreneur, how can you make their life better? Everybody's looking for solutions. Not many people are going to leave a meeting trying to proactively think of ways to make you money. They're going to think of how can you help them make more money. And so bring something to the table. Make it worth their while beyond just a friendly chit chat. Collaborate together on ways that can be mutually beneficial to actually grow your businesses. Growing your professional network, I think, is one of the most important things that a community like Communo can do. I hope that you make it a priority. I hope that you're proactive rather than just sitting back and waiting for something to come to you. Go out and make your own good things happen, but follow the tips that I've given you, and I think you'll make a great first impression.